This video 611 is about solving quadratics by factoring, video number 2. So we're going to expand on what we've been doing. Let's take a look at the first example. The first example is 3x squared minus 2x minus 5 equals 0. Okay, the first thing when I'm asked to solve, I got to make sure it's in standard form. It is. I have a goal number of negative 15. Middle term of negative 2. That means that the larger factor has to be negative. So I've got, let's see, 3 and negative 5. That's what works. Take each one, divide by the leading coefficient, or in this case, divide by 3. Write them as factors. X plus 3 over 3, which is 1, and x minus 5 over 3, which I can't simplify. All right, instead of rewriting that x minus 5/3, I'm just going to take it in the form that it is and now apply the zero product property. So I have x plus 1 equals 0 and x minus 5/3 equals 0. That leads to the solution in the first one of negative 1, and then the second one 5/3. All right, question number 2. Let's say that I have 3x squared minus 13x equals 10. Now this is again a quadratic, but it's not in standard form. Remember, we want ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So I need to move that 10 over by subtraction. I have 3x squared minus 13x minus 10 equals 0. Goal number, negative 30. Middle term, negative 13. That means the larger factor has to be negative, so I'm going to try, let's see, 3 and negative 10. That doesn't work. What about 2 and negative 15? That looks good. Take both of those, divide them by 3, the leading coefficient. Rewrite the first factor as x plus 2/3. And the second one is x minus 5. Minus 5, because we had negative 15 divided by 3. Apply the zero product property. X plus 2/3 is equal to 0. X minus 5 is equal to 0. Solve each equation. First one is negative 2/3. Second one is positive 5. Okay, a couple more examples. Make sure you guys understand what we're doing. How about this one? 2x squared equals negative 21x minus 40. All right? I want to set this in the standard form before I even try to solve it. So if I move this, I have 2x squared plus 21x. Change the sign when it moves across the equal sign. Plus 40 now equals 0. Now that it's in standard form, I can do goal number factoring. Goal number is 80. Middle term is 21. So let's see, what comes out first here? How about 8 and 10? No, that doesn't work. How about 4? 4 goes in 20 times. Okay, that one doesn't work either. What would you do? How about 5? How many times does 5 go in? That goes in 16 times. There's my winner. 5 plus 16 is 21. Take both of those and divide by 2, because 2 is the leading coefficient. This factors to x plus 5 over 2, and x plus 8 equals 0. Zero product property says x plus 5 over 2 equals 0, and x plus 8 equals 0. Solve both. I get negative 5/2 and negative 8 when I solve them. All right, and one final one here. Let's say that we have 4x squared minus 18x plus 5, but then it equals 15. Now, in order to solve this, we got to get it in the standard form. Even though it already looks like standard on the left, it's not equaling 0. So I need to subtract this 15. That becomes 4x squared minus 18x minus 10 equals 0. Again, I got negative 10 there by subtracting 15 from 5. My goal number is negative 40. My middle term is negative 18. First factors that jump out at me are 4 and negative 10. That doesn't work. So what about 2 and negative 20? There we go. Take 2 divided by 4. Take negative 20 divided by 4. I know that 2 over 4 I can reduce to 1/2, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. This factors to x plus 1/2 and x minus 5. Negative 20 divided by 4 is negative 5. Set each factor equal to 0. And solve each equation, where I get x is negative 1/2 and x is equal to 5. Now I must say, to finish out this video, that these videos, the last 3 videos, would not have been capable without the great, outstanding cooperation of my 6th bell, and they should be applauded for that. 6th bell is the best bell.